Call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Okay, huddle up. Here's how we're going to try and win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets or other great football prizes in the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion. Jensen, you buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus before August 5th. Got it. Murphy, you enter the voucher number online. You bet. Hey, if we win, who gets the prize? Me, of course. Why, you. Hey, guys, come on, get him.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Evan Cooper was Matt Rule's dude, right, with prospect identification. How do you think Nebraska's philosophy and process changed with Evan Cooper out the door?
That's such a great question. Turn back towards, Sean Padden and Ryan Callahan and Vince Ginta and those guys that are in the recruiting room. They're no slouches.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson. Number 34 gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
All right. Welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, the Captain Show. The fastest 2 hours in radio is about to begin. It's me, the black shirt, and I'm with
Bach.
And I'm also with
the boss.
And we are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
I'll say now, Brent.
Excavating.
All right, we're here on 1040 O Street. It's a nice day today, man, because the last 2 days, Bach, we was punished.
That's right. It was pretty hot.
Well, Bach, I did the unbelievable yesterday, and I thought about it for about 10 minutes. I let the game load up, and I sit there, Bach, and I said, okay. I looked at some teams.
Yeah.
At first, I said Oregon looks pretty good, a 90s on everything.
Oh, yeah.
I said Georgia looks good. 90s on everything. And I say, you know what? I'm a Husker. I'm a Husker, Bob. Been one since 1995. Ever since I signed that piece of paper.
That's right.
I was a Husker.
And now a Hall of Fame Husker.
And yeah, thank you, Bob. That sounds even better. Bob, I decided to run with the Huskers. The worst thing I can ever do possible.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea for me. First of all, my defense was terrible. Who's number 7? I guess that's an AI because I'll tell you who's the best player on offense. Dylan Raiola can throw the thing on there if you want to know. Nebraska still has that other problem on the game. They don't have a running game. Thomas Fedoni, woo boy, he lit it up for me. So DP, I get on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to look at me different once I tell you how bad I got beat.
No.
Yes,
it's just a moment, Farley. It's just a moment.
There's going to be a lot of these moments.
Just a moment.
I don't know anything about the 3-3-5.
Struggle with that defense.
Yeah, I struggled on defense. And it didn't matter what I was in, Bach, because, once again, I gave up 70 points. I lost 70 to 24.
You gave up all the points.
Yeah, in 3 minutes. Quarters.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you really did your button work, man?
I thought I was in a dream. So I played the first team I played online, so it was people I was playing against. The first team I played was Oregon. The guy didn't even last a minute, Bach. He turned the game off before it even started, so I was awarded a what?
You got a dub.
I got a dub, and I didn't even have to play. So
job.
I'm 1-1, Bach, but I'm not going to take – I'm 0-1. and realistic. But the second game, Florida State came to Lincoln.
Oh,
Man.
you had home field advantage.
Yeah, it was terrible, Buck. It was terrible, Buck. I think I'm going with Georgia today.
Well, that's funny because you've been talking about this game for more than a year coming out. And you played one game and got frustrated and went back to your other game, didn't you?
Buck, you should have seen the countdown was unbelievable. It was like New Year's Eve in the daytime. We was dropping the crystal ball at 3:00, and I bet you the whole world at 3:00. Rico said, "Oh, it doesn't drop to 4." Rico, you're crazy. Okay, first of all, you don't even have the game yet, so you don't know, Rico.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Shots fired!
Yeah, shot fired! Bang bang, Rico.
Yeah.
He don't even see over there.
Shots fired.
Let me hit him with the. Let me hit him with
he doesn't even
double
know.
barrel.
Yeah, Rico didn't even hear the tell. He over there taking shrapnel. Don't even know.
I'm gonna repeat it one time, Rico. Rico said, "Oh, it doesn't come out to Florida 4:00." I said, "Rico don't know anything. He don't even have the game yet." So it came out at 3:00. And I said it was like New Year's. A big crystal ball broke down the ground, and everybody yelled. Oh man, the server went down in the first 5 minutes.
Did it? Yeah, I figured it would.
Of course it did.
That's how many people was trying to get. So they say, you got a 10-second wait, Bob. It turned into 7 minutes and 52 seconds.
He counted every second of it.
So I started it over, and then like I said, it's a good game, Bob. It's addictive. It's gonna be good. So, and Rico, what happened to you, man? Well, I thought you was going to get yours today or yesterday.
Well, I was going to, but the establishment that I went to buy mine through has some shipment issues, so I won't be getting mine until later this afternoon.
Ooh, shame on them. Shame on them.
Hopefully is what they said. So that's always a good word to hear. But Farley's in here talking trash.
No, you know what? If you don't get your game today, I'll ask my significant other, can you come over and we have some playtime? Okay.
And you can make some jerk chicken?
Guess what?
But
that's a lie.
Yeah, I figured.
So
I figured. Farley, I love how you're talking all this trash. Like your one win wasn't somebody disconnecting. And your second game, I didn't turn it on and you were losing 24-7.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. You continue to talk trash. It's all right.
No, what I said is I went through the good teams. I was going to pick them. I was on Georgia at first.
I don't know why you picked Nebraska.
I don't know why
I really
I did.
don't.
So, but I wanted to see what they look like.
Yeah,
it's not far off from last year. It feels like I played like last year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I had 5 turnovers. Thomas Fedoni is that guy in the game.
That's what I've heard.
He's that guy. Defensive wise, Buddha got an interception for me. The rest of it was terrible. Malcolm Hazard played pretty good. Tommy Hill dropped the interception for me. And kicking game, I don't know how to kick.
Nobody does. Everybody's struggling.
Yeah, so it didn't last long. But hey, after one game, guess what I did?
What'd you do?
Went back to Call of Duty.
Yeah, you did.
And was the king again.
Yeah, you did.
I felt like somebody when I played that. So it was a great game.
I'm gonna hopefully get mine today, and I'll throw on a game with Nebraska, but I'm going to start my my coaching journey at Kennesaw State. So
Kennesaw, Georgia. You know where that at? You know where's that at?
I do not.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
I do not.
I'm
gonna be honest. I do not.
It's called Kennesaw because it's in Kennesaw, Georgia, but it's just on the outside of Marietta.
Okay.
You go up a little bit farther, 75 south, north.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
Why don't you do Georgia State?
I don't know. I saw a couple Kennesaw State jerseys and I really liked them.
Yeah.
So I want to start. I'm going to bring Kennesaw State back to prominence before I leave.
I'm just playing online. I'm not going to build a team. I'm not going to do a coaching.
You know what I'm going to do?
I'm
going to make a Terrell Farley, and I'm definitely not going to be able to recruit him to Kennesaw State. So
nah, he's going to be out of your league. Your school going to go bankrupt trying to get him. So.
No, you could have got it. You could have got early Farley. You couldn't get later Farley.
You know what I'm going to do? Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if the old recruiting cheats still work. I'm going to make a Terrell Farley as a punter, but I'm going to make his punting stats terrible. But I'm going to make the rest of his stats maxed out.
Why would you put me as a punter, Rico?
Because it's a cheat.
I feel so disrespected right there.
Listen, this is how you do it. You make a punter or a kicker, right? But you make their kicking stats really bad. But you make, whatever position you want him. So linebacker, I'll make his tackling, his hit power, his speed, his acceleration, his jumping. I'll max them all out. But nobody's looking at that for a punter. You're looking at the kicking stats. So he'll be like a 1-star punter. But I'll get him. Then I'll switch his position to linebacker. Then he'll be a 99 overall.
Get out of here, Rico.
I'll see if it still works.
Get out of here, Rico. Hey, you can come over Saturday if you don't have your game. Okay?
Are you cooking?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I'm cooking some fried bologna, and you ever had fried bologna?
I'm not.
Okay, then where you gonna get a fried bologna sandwich?
How is that possible?
Well, he haven't never.
How is that possible? How is that possible?
This
He's
is
never-
Nebraska.
Man, y'all raising different.
Yeah.
Bach, are you a fried bologna guy?
Never had a fried bologna. I've never even thought of a fried bologna until now.
You ever had bologna?
Yeah, I've had bologna.
Oh,
of course,
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Part of the reason why I've never had fried bologna.
No. You've never had the joy of
No.
cutting, slicing into the corners so that it doesn't bubble.
Yeah, you had an ant here.
Right? Little mustard,
Spam.
toasted bread.
Does it taste like spam?
Yeah.
Yeah, fried spam.
Yeah.
I like
spam.
fried spam actually.
Oh, that was how to get through in college.
Oh.
Spam, we had the little toaster. Like you could put it in the Foreman grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fried the fried spam and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
It's staple.
But the worst is potted meat, I think.
The deviled ham was the worst.
Yeah.
And then somebody told me the other day, it showed up on social media, so they sent it around saying that, so the Vienna sausages,
I love them.
do you know they're supposed to be cooked?
No, they don't.
That's a lie. It says literally on the can, you're supposed to cook them.
Well, we never cooked
Well,
them.
that's like I said, oh my goodness. Like, it's just like, what is happening here? Like, there's so many things, like the Underwood deviled ham and Bach. It was the only time I was angry at my mother when she put it in my lunch bag.
Yeah,
that was the one I was like, you don't even love me. You don't even love me. How could you? And then immediately was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go into super trade mode. Like I have to find somebody.
You got to find real food.
I got to find somebody who gets. And there was always, oh my goodness, this guy Mickey Higdon, whose mother first of all, he played basketball with me from Little League all the way up. But his mother always made him 2 types of sandwiches. And he would choose one. And then sometimes he would always trade the other one for an extra dessert from somebody. And I would always, on those days, I made sure I found Mickey and sat next to him at lunch. Because I needed to listen, Farley. It was like, hey, bro, you're not even gonna eat that.
Now it was a stage in elementary, I think, when I wanted a lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to take the lunchbox to school. But then, after about 2-3 days when you don't fit, because my mom was like this, hey, you're gonna fix your own food. I'm not fixing your food.
Well, that was the other. So I had 4 older sisters who were in charge of making lunches for that day. And they would rotate, so a different day. And then there was the day where mom would do it. And that 5th day was the day that Underwood devil ham would show up in there. Like she would do, or peanut butter and jelly, which was the staple. And then you go, no, the lunchbox thing was much bigger when I was a kid because you got the Mac Daddy one with the thermos, the matching thermos that sat inside. It looked like a business lunch is what it looked like.
Yeah.
Because when it had the thermos with soup.
With the big cup thing.
Right. Yep. Like, that was the jam. I had a Washington Redskins one. I had a Superman one. I had an Underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Underdog. You remember Underdog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one. And then Deputy Dog. I had a Deputy Dog lunchbox. And I was the king. And then finally, I carried them until a girl, I think my first girlfriend, Teresa White, told me it was not cool for me to have them, that I needed to have a bag instead of grown-ups use a bag. They don't use a lunchbox. Right. And I was like, okay.
I'm kind of stuck on your deputy. Is Deputy Dog like Droopy D?
Deputy Dog
was it?
And he had his little buddy. He had a little partner. So he was the deputy of Georgetown, down by the creek. Bud.
Oh,
okay. And he had a nemesis, was the super catfish that nobody could catch.
Yeah.
And that lived and just dominated the creek. And he was a bit much. Deputy Dog was, but it was the show that came on right before school, and then on Saturdays as well. Definitely dog.
I used to like Droopy D. When he used to
Droopy was just sad. And,
you know what? You're making me mad.
all of the best cartoons back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Were all Southern.
Yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah. I say now.
Listen. Yeah.
All right.
He was so racist. He was so racist.
All right. I'll say now, we had 93.7 the ticket. I'll say, come over here now. Look, chick, come here, look at this. 93.7 the ticket. The fastest 2 hours in radio is off and running. 93.7 the ticket, the Captain Show.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at Huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
IT issues wreaking havoc on your day? It's time to hire the experts. It's time to hire Hamilton. When it comes to your business, you don't have time to worry about network security, data backup, and protection, or support when devices slow down or stop working. At Hamilton, we ensure that your technology is up to speed and works as hard as you do. Don't let IT issues slow you down. You deserve better. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey, I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. Boss Man, Bach, in the black shirt. The 3 Bs are in the house today, 1040 O Street, the Mill Coffee House. Jake Bachman, let me see something right quick. I just sent you something, Jake. I want you to look at it, and I'm going to just slide the phone over to DP. All right.
Okay. One's gotta go. And the 4 are Undertaker, Sting, Macho, Hogan.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Here's
reason, who and why.
Here's why, and because that the mothership of professional wrestling is the WWE, and the only one in this bunch that you could tell the story of pro wrestling without is Sting. Sting never had he had a rivalry in NWO with Hogan and Macho. Never with, it would have been prime time if you took Apex Sting and put him with Apex Undertaker, and it would have been the greatest rivalry we ever had.
Yeah.
But we got Hollywood Hogan versus Sting and Hollywood Macho versus Sting, but we never got, so Hogan and Macho had rivalries in every faction. I don't think Hogan and Undertaker had a rivalry. Macho and Undertaker had a rivalry. Sting is the only one that you could tell the story of pro wrestling without. And he makes the story better, but you can't tell the pro wrestling story without Undertaker, Macho, and Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, Sting for the WCW, I mean, he was the WCW. So like you said, it's kind of the mothership in which kind of way you want to go. Sting, of course, being from Nebraska, gets some points there for me. But he's, especially for my childhood, I mean, the Crow character and all that, it was very, I mean, he was one of the most popular wrestlers at the time.
And there was no crossover, no cultural crossover for Sting. Macho, Undertaker, they all went into movies and different personalities.
Yeah.
And commercialization, like the branding was special, right? I think people missed the opportunity. Like if Sting had been Sting in the WWE, they'd have found commercials for Sting.
Yeah.
Like we missed it. Like we just missed it.
Yeah. Well, first, the two guys at the bottom were legendary.
Hogan and Macho were
they're pure. How am I'm trying to say? Not like pure American, but they
sold it.
Yeah, they sold it.
They were
Two
heroes.
of the three biggest names in the 80s.
They were heroes.
Yeah.
The two at the top are like they're. I don't like bad wrestlers. I don't like the boogeymen. I don't like the bad. Like the Four Horsemen. Couldn't stand them.
You don't like the heels.
Oh, I love the Horsemen so much, especially the original Horsemen.
Yeah, but I have to go with.
Tully Blanchard.
You're right. I got to go with Sting because he wasn't a full. I'm not a full-time wrestler. He didn't last long enough like the real legends did.
Well, no,
he popped
he's
in.
still wrestling.
He popped
he's
out,
still wrestling.
but he disappeared for years and then he
He
came back.
never came to WWE.
He never came to the mothership.
Yeah.
Like
And then
2014, and then it was too late.
And then the one he tore his hand, tore his quads in the first 5 minutes of his match. Like it was a big build up, and he got hurt and couldn't finish the match.
There's something about, and I'm losing my hair too, so but it is what it is.
Yeah.
When a guy like that starts balding, like Hogan figured out a way to use balding to his advantage.
Right.
I don't know if anybody else can do that because, like, even like John Cena, you kind of get jokes.
Well, you see it.
Sting, right? Like you can't hide it in a wrestling ring.
Well, Macho hit
it, yeah.
Like just he supplemented his way into a balding pattern.
So you mean to tell me that at the top of Macho Man,
hey, bro,
and on the sides he had this long hair?
Listen, Randy Poffo, you came from a hairy family, and when it started to bail, and you remember that early Sting and Ultimate Warrior mattered, like the hair mattered because it was part of the cut. I mean, Sting's high top fade. Sting had to look. I don't know that any white dude had a high top fade like Sting. Early Sting had the high top fade. He must have had some brothers really cutting his hair because Sting had the high top. He had the kid and play. He was all the way up. He had the kid and play high top fade.
So what's the difference between? I mean, Ric Flair. What's the difference between Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan at their primes? Like, I know they was in different federations of wrestling, but because Hulk Hogan was bigger because WCW, I mean the WWF or WWE. That's what everybody in the world watched. But people like me, when I grew up, we waited for WCW on a Saturday, or because WCW was really it's a Southern thing at first.
Let me and Bach, go with me here. That Ric Flair was the Dallas Cowboys. He was America's wrestler. But Hogan was the Green Bay Packers. Or the Patriots. Hogan was the Patriots. He was the Tom. Flair was the star, big arena, big show, great uniform. The Packers, listen, we're gonna wear this green and go and kick your butt. Like we're like it really, like Flair was, they were both personalities. Hogan was a bit of a cartoon character and an American hero. Flair was who everybody else wanted to be. Like, we couldn't be Hogan. We weren't going to be 6'4", 300 pounds, and 19-inch pythons. We weren't going to do that. Flair was the formerly chubby guy who formed himself into because if you look at early Flair pictures, he looked like Dusty Rhodes, bro. As a matter of fact, we were telling the story before that, so much so that Ric Flair wanted to be Dusty's son or brother. And his first wrestling name was Ricky Rhodes. It was Ricky Rhodes before it was Ric Flair. And you look at the early pictures before he body built himself into Nature Boy, he looked like Dusty. Like if you put them, you know who he looked like? He looked like Stardust.
Mhm.
That's who. Like,
That's not
yeah.
good.
Yeah, he looked like, hey, that's who. Yeah, he looked. So Flair was. They were both stars. They were just different kind of stars.
Well, and I think to your point earlier too, I think Hogan got to like a commercial crossover where Flair did like eventually like the culture crossover happened, but Hogan's in movies and then the
Thunderlips
Yeah.
in the flesh, baby.
But then the other thing is, back then it wasn't the Big Show turning face and heel every other week. It was you kind of stuck to your deal. And Ric Flair could be, really good. He kind of made the bad guy cool, right?
Well, we all
But
did
Hogan
that.
was always the good guy, so that kind of probably helped.
Well,
him.
until he went high, like the greatest. One of the
right.
great moments in wrestling is that when Hogan turned.
Yeah.
For NWO, that so much so that they had to call security because people were just throwing chairs and beer bottles in the ring, and nobody had a metric for it. Like what just happened? The American
That's our
Hero just
ultimate
turned
good
up.
guy, yeah.
What are you doing? Flair allowed every arrogant jerk to be an arrogant jerk. Like all the catchphrases. It's like he was the first, especially in that era, because this was the Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, good guy, aw shucks era, right? They didn't curse, they didn't talk about women, they didn't do any of that stuff. But here comes Nate. And Flair was all about, that's how storytelling began to happen. That's why you get those side panels now. Because Flair would get him and Dusty. Hogan wasn't very good about telling the story. Nate would tell you about his night the night before, what he gonna do later, what bar he gonna be at in Cleveland, Ohio. Like hey, come down to the Sheraton down in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. We're gonna be up on the 7th floor. And
Ric Flair, hide your wife and put the dog away.
That's right.
No. What's the thing that's going on now? It shows the Ric Flair answering machine, and he's like, yeah, you're calling your mom, and no, she can't answer the phone right now.
What I think was bigger though, I think what made Hogan probably the all-time best is when he's probably the all-time best then, but when he slammed Andre the Giant. Now the what they call that, the Great American, no, that's
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now WCW had the Great American
Great
Bash.
American Bash.
Which you didn't know about that, did you, Bob?
Oh, I know about it.
I forgot you
The Great American Bash was better for me as a fan. If you put them side by side in the arena, I would have chosen Great American Bash over WrestleMania. There were better stories. Like there was better build up. Like you would actually be mad walking into Great American Bash because the Horsemen had done. I said you hated the Horsemen. I don't think WWE was really good. Like once every 4 years, they would have a guy you hated. NWA, you always had a bunch of dudes you didn't like. Like it was always like you had like Iron Sheik was like a guy. You go, oh, we didn't like you. Ivan Koloff,
Nikita Koloff,
right? Nikita. I don't even know what that means. Like I don't even know.
The Great Kabuki.
Like half the dudes, when you find out the real story behind it, you just go, "Oh man, you were such a great salesman."
My favorite, Abdullah the Butcher.
And to hear him talk now, like diabetes got him bad.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough. Baku, you're a heel guy.
Yeah.
Bach likes the villain.
I like to cheer. I like to get the crowd going against me.
$1 Million Man, is he bad?
Yeah, he was bad.
Another Nebraska. Yeah. Another Nebraska.
Ted DiBiase?
Yeah. Another Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, and the Baron. The Claw. Baron Von Raschke from Nebraska. Hey, man. He wrestled at the University of Nebraska.
Ted DiBiase?
No, Baron Von Raschke.
Baron Von Raschke?
Wrestled at the University of Nebraska.
No.
Yes.
Who was the guy that used to spit out the green stuff?
Kabuki.
The Great Kabuki. Yeah. See, I know my wrestling, the Great Kabuki. And like the JYD used to say, we going to break. 93.7 the ticket.
IT issues wreaking havoc on your day? It's time to hire the experts. It's time to hire Hamilton. When it comes to your business, you don't have time to worry about network security, data backup, and protection, or support when devices slow down or stop working. At Hamilton, we ensure that your technology is up to speed and works as hard as you do. Don't let IT issues slow you down. You deserve better. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Hey, neighbor. Nate, there's a fully inflated hot air balloon in your backyard. I know. Isn't it great? But why? You can't keep it there. The homeowners association will go crazy. Oh, I'm not going to keep it up there. I'm going to fly it over the Nebraska football game on Saturday to get the best seat in the house. Nate, you don't have to do that. Just enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion. Until August 5th, buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, an incredible football and volleyball weekend experience, or regular football season tickets. Well, that is a better way to get a great view. Yeah, one other question. Why is the balloon in the shape of a giant volleyball? You were going to fly over a football game. It's the only decent thing the rental place had left. It was either this, a hockey puck, a banana, or a giant poodle. Even I have my standards.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What you gonna do when the Hulkster comes for you? 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey,
the
Bill.
Captain Show.
Bill and Bennett on the text line. He said, I noticed you guys never seem to mention Diamond Dallas Page when you talk about wrestling. The Diamond Cutter was a great finishing move. His story is so good. His story, I mean, as being a bouncer and finding your way through it, and then his recovery, and now he's a multi-millionaire because of his recovery videos and
he's got a gym thing he does.
Yeah.
Now, I know you met a lot of wrestlers, DP. Now, what wrestler you met in person that you said, I didn't know he was that big?
Well, I met Tony Atlas when I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time he was Mr. USA.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him on TV and you just see just this massive amount of muscle. And he was a tag team partner with The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson. And Rocky Johnson would always, because he would come to DC because he told people he was from DC because he was black. Like, oh, wow, he's not from DC. But hey, work it out. Black people are from DC. Let's sell that. But to meet Tony Atlas, his name was Tony White, and he had a build that I just couldn't wrap my brain around. Like, he had muscles on top of the muscles, and he was the first person in real life that I saw that had the peak to the bicep. Like that, he had the little small muscle that sat on top of the big muscle.
Yeah.
Like, and he would pop it, and the little thing would pop up, and you go, okay, you're not even one of us, bro. Like, what do you like? I wanted to ask, like, did you do surgery and add like a bubble or something? But on top of the muscle, which was again Mr. USA caliber, that there was a peak muscle, and I'm sure there's a name for it, but he's there in the Schmedium t-shirt, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't wear, he would get box shirt and put it on at 270 pounds, and then he would just pop muscle.
I hated wrestling back then.
Oh.
Because you know why? They never let Tony Atlas win. And me being an Afro-American kid, you always want to go for that kind of wrestling. But he never won. Ric Flair used to whoop him. Everybody used to whoop him. Like, he'll win a couple of matches, but he never won that real match.
You know, there's a match online. So they would let Atlas beat them, not for the belt.
Yeah.
Atlas beat Hulk Hogan at Madison Square Garden, pinned him, but it wasn't when Hogan was the champion. And he beat Flair on Georgia Championship Wrestling. And there's a really cool video online of like Flair ripping, like Tony comes out in a dress shirt, and Flair comes out and makes fun of him and calls him boy. And Atlas gets him in the ring and beats his butt. And then they go to the Omni, and of course Flair keeps the title.
Yeah.
But Georgia wrestling was better about having black wrestlers. But their wrestlers were weird. Like Ray Candy, who looked like the Candy Man looked like he had never been to a gym. And he was 280 pounds, and he had the Mike Tyson voice happening. Junkyard Dog, we all like. Every dog needs a bone to chew on. Right? Like we loved JYD, Big Thump. I'm trying to think of the black wrestlers. Bobo Brazil was the first great black wrestler that I knew about. Headbutt, Bobo Brazil. Actually, here's some history for you. When they talk about the first black world champion, it was actually Bobo Brazil who won the title. And then because they hadn't cleared it with all the other regions, they didn't acknowledge it because they didn't think a black champion would sell.
Yeah.
They didn't think it would sell. So Bobo Brazil was in the Hall of Fame. Of course, Rocky's dad, great tag team wrestler. They wouldn't give him any titles. And then I'm trying to think, I'm missing. Ernie Ladd, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs, all pro defensive end at 6'9", 280 pounds. And the fact that you told me that he couldn't beat everybody.
Yeah.
Like the only person that Big Cat couldn't beat was Andre the Giant.
Yeah. I got a quick one. I'm going to tell you who I've seen in person. And I was in Atlanta, of course. I probably was about 27, 28. And I seen them. I seen both of them. And they was big. I seen them down at the Pink Pony. So, Bob, you don't know what that is. But, the Pink Pony. Hey, guess who I seen, DP? I seen Ron Simmons and Terry Bradshaw. I wanted to hang with them.
You know who you would have got me? Ron Simmons.
How big his aunt
Bruce Reed.
Look how big Ron Simmons'
Butch
arms
Reed,
are.
Butch Reed, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
He and Ron Simmons together. Butch Reed was a pro football player. Ron Simmons was a pro football player, again, with his All-American at Florida State. But Butch Reed, before he went heel, right, in that space, here's what the first pro wrestling match I went to, and Bach, you tell me if you remember your first match. Farrell, if you remember yours. But mine was when the Wild Samoans were the tag team champions, Afa and Sika. And at the time, they came out and they would have a raw fish and bite into it and chew it up. They're the ring. And they were they were both 300 pounds. And they had the big, huge Samoan afros. And of course, those are the leaders of the Anoa'i family that everybody else follows. But Afa and Sika, who was the first? Do you remember who was
the first? One that I went to was it was a WCW mention. Ric Flair was actually there making fun of people in the crowd, so that was kind of. But the main event was him and Sid Vicious. I don't remember if you remember.
Yes!
Psycho Sid. He was a big guy for a while.
Psycho Sid.
Yeah.
Psycho Sid, who had one of the grodiest injuries in ring ever, to watch his leg shatter. Landed funny, shattered his leg. He should have been in the Hall of Fame, but he had 3 freakish injuries. Farley, his leg shattering on national TV, and nobody knowing what do we do?
Yeah,
he was. It was going to be him and Undertaker and Hogan as the big 3 that was going to carry it, and then Kevin Nash came along, and then Razor Ramon, but Sid Vicious was going to be the guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy too.
Yeah.
My first one. Connect Dairy. My mama worked there, in Columbus, Georgia, and the secretary she worked with was Tummy Wi-Fi Rich sister.
That's it, like that. There it is.
I went to a little unknown wrestling match downtown Columbus when they, I seen Tummy Wi-Fi Rich. I seen the Rock and Roll Express
Yep.
before they got big.
Midnight
but-
Express.
The Midnight Express, and that was my first one.
Mr. Wrestling 2.
Tell me why I thought Rich was my favorite wrestler before I started watching it as a scene.
I love Tommy Rich.
But you know who I forget about? Who I was finna. What was that thing Terry Funk then was in? The Fabulous Freebirds. Who was in that one?
Oh, that was Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy,
Yeah.
Buddy Rogers.
Oh, okay. So you didn't know the
Bad
Fabulous
Street,
Freebirds.
Bad Street USA.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're gonna get us some sports next because we done wasted a whole hour. Not wasted, but that was the fastest 2 hours of radio, and hour number 1 is down to Captain Show 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms over that low around 65. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. See an afternoon high around 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska! Registration is officially closed for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games will feature 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. If you didn't sign up but want to follow along for results or watch the action yourself, go to CornhuskerStateGames.com. Thanks to our partners, Nebraska Orthopedic Center, Pepsi Cola, Nebraska Medical Association, and Farmers Mutual of Nebraska.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Prodigy Baseball Academy, Lincoln's premier baseball program, is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at LincolnProdigyBaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at LincolnProductBaseball.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
I'd like Bill to be say next to you. So when you say on three, he goes,
that'd be awesome. That would be. Steve Sipple on three. You should be there just for that.
That's all I said for 3 days.
Kirk Francis, Steve Sipple from the Husker Online on Free Network.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bakoven.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
That's great. All right, welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. The fastest 2 hours in radio is ready for number 2. Bob, I want you to hit us something good. You always got the good Nebraska news. Let's hear it, Bob.
Well, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on in Nebraska. It's kind of the weekend dump that we had there. But I did just see this, and the SEC Media Days are going on. We can kind of go through some of those schools and what's going on there. But it's kind of interesting. Kirby Smart says, we all know kind of what's been going on in Georgia and Athens with a lot of speeding and just problems, with cars in Georgia. It's been piling up. Of course, they had a crash that killed offensive lineman Devon Wilcock and Bulldog staffer Chandler LaCroix. And there's still been incidents of reckless driving since then. Apparently, Kirby Smart says that Georgia's NIL collective is fining players for the off the field issues there. Driving issues. That's kind of hard to wrap your head around a little bit to kind of see how that's working. But he says our Classic City collective for over a year has been substantially fining guys for those things. That's not something that's new. That's something that's been ongoing outside my jurisdiction that they decided to implement and have done to a considerable amount.
It's like the NFL. That's great. I love it, though. I love it. I mean, I think they should put a clause in it. If you don't play in the bowl game, you lose this much money. You have to give it back or take it out at the end of the year.
Let me ask you a question, Farley.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have those rules that if a coach doesn't win enough games, they take some of the money back? No. Here's this thing. People get all gangster on it.
Well, they say restructure your contract.
No. That's reframing.
Yeah.
Like that's misidentifying what you're doing, and then you're going to have outside sources fine players. Who determines what the fine code of conduct is? If it's not in the original agreement, the NIL agreement, if you sat in a 17-year-old's living room, promised them money, and then didn't put a contract in front of them that stipulated what was good and not good, and none of that being done or run through the university or the head coach, you telling me, no, what Kirby Smart meant to say was he set it up so that he can find players through NIL. Stop it.
I still think it's a good idea.
What's the good idea? What are you trying to accomplish?
Making the young man responsible. It's just like the NFL. It's just like the NFL. If you do this or you do that, you know you're gonna get suspended.
Who's responsible?
Who's responsible?
Who's responsible for the activities and the rules and boundaries for these young people?
Well, they're getting paid like grown-ups, so they have to grow up fast. I mean, this is what it comes to.
There are professionals, and then there are new people.
Yeah.
Right? The parents who signed into the agreement for the 18-year-old or the 20-year-old set up a deal with the coach and the athletic department in the university. He doesn't know the people from 1890, other than the fact that they're the ones that organize this distribution of funds.
Well, here's the thing I think about it. The people who's paying the money, I think they have a right to, not get something back, but be able to.
So they're running the football program.
No, they're running the NIL. They're not running the program.
Okay, but if you're
finding, that's their money, but they still gotta Kirby still gotta keep it or do his job. So it is
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby got to punish him though. Okay. He's the punisher.
Okay, it's Kirby.
It's like like in high school. Who never paddled anybody? I mean, it's like when you get a paddling in school. Guess who did all the paddling? The vice principal. The principal never paddled you. It was the vice principal. So this is what this is like. Like when I used to get my paddling in school, hey, the vice principal always did it. Right, Bob? Oh, you never got beat in school. Bob said, this is Nebraska. We don't do that.
Here's my thing. Accountability is good.
Yeah.
Having rules and foundation. Listen, that if you're going to enter into NIL agreements, that there are certain guidelines you have to follow. Follow those things. And then if you tell me that we're going to fine you for DUI, we're going to fine you for not making GPA, we're going to fine you. Okay, if that's a part of the deal and you know that up front, so be it. It can't be an outside source doing it because the NCAA has some rules and the SEC has some rules. What pecking order goes into play? Things that are not allowed by NIL in Georgia, not being the same as what they are at Nebraska, within the same space. Who's going to do it and how is it done? Yes, hold the young people accountable, set the foundation for it. Whatever the rules are going to be, those are the rules. But for Kirby to sit up and say that the NIL folks are fining, no, sir. No, sir, Kirby. No, sir. Kirby! Come on. Like, Bach, am I missing this? That this, can you imagine the NIL folks implementing rules and guidelines that aren't approved by the program leaders themselves?
It's hard to imagine. Of course, with all this deal where we're now allowed now for the NIL to talk to the school. I mean, there was that period of time where they were supposed to supposedly not have any contact with the coach or the staff and all that. And that was just kind of silly. So you're still in this middle ground of trying to figure out, how this works. But yeah, I mean, I think that I don't mind it, again, like you said, if it's kind of laid out in front of them, and if that's how you want to ultimately, if you think that's going to be more effective than suspending for a game or two or stadium stairs or whatever, like, I get it. But it is weird to kind of think like that's an outside source. Kirby has nothing to do with it. Maybe Kirby's told up front, this is what we're going to have, this is going to happen if one of your players gets in a little bit of trouble. So, I mean, it's hard to imagine, especially we know Kirby's at that level where coaches get to, where it doesn't matter. There might be some other rankings above them, but they're the guy.
Nobody's going to tell Kirby who to give money to and who not to give money to when it comes to football at Georgia. Nobody would have told Coach Osborne, hey, you have to pay this. We're going to go get you a quarterback and we're going to pay him X number of dollars. You don't think Coach Osborne can tell you, no, I don't want that quarterback. Yeah. No, I don't want that behavior. No, I don't want that standard. No, I don't want it to be that amount of money. And the whole idea, my issue with NIL from the get-go was to say that the two couldn't communicate.
Silly.
That is just a joke. There's no logic to it. Of course they communicated. Nobody could bring in a player to Nebraska football without the conversation of the coaching staff and the administrators. The admissions people have to know about it. The grant people have to know about it. The academic advisors have to know about it because, hey, can you bring this kid in who can't go to class and wouldn't succeed? So you're going to give him money to fail.
But again, that's the original idea is name, image, likeness, not pay for play. It was very clearly pay for play all along.
Well, but
that's why the guardrail. That's why they kind of set it up that way.
But this is why the deception has to stop. Let's be transparent, and open about it. Let's call it what it is, and let's move in the same direction so that everybody gets from it what they want to get from it. Let the player get from it what they want to get from it. Now, the player wants the benefit of the money. There are responsibilities to go with that. Your behavior matters. Okay, here's Terrell. Here's all the stuff you can do. Here's all the stuff you can't do. And if you do that, your money's good money. If you don't do it, guess what? We tell you can play football with the caveat that you have to go to class.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to have a GPA. And you have to have behavioral standards. So let's do that. I'm cool with the standard. I'm just trying to, first of all, can you imagine the boosters saying, okay, we're going to telling the dean and chancellor that we're going to fine your coach for behavior outside. I'd love to be in that meeting. I'd love to be in that meeting.
College football gets interesting and all these little issues. I mean, every day there's always something. So
I mean, I love it. I think you. I mean, but the guy who got pulled over, what was he? What, senior?
I'm gonna have to say at this point which one because there's so many.
But I'm saying if you got a 21-year-old, or I was a sophomore, I was 20 years old as a junior. So these guys know what they're doing because they've been in school long enough to know not to be drag racing, and they're both racing. Yeah. I mean that hurts your likeness in your image. So let me get a little something off both of that, and I'm gonna find you. So I think it's a good idea to make young men be accountable for what they're doing off the field.
Yeah,
that's one thing.
No, I get that. It's just kind of how do you get there in
how much? That's what I want to know.
The current
how much do you find them?
Well, I mean, this is
it based off what you make?
Well, I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Well, no, because if the fine is the fine, if you're making a fine based on how much somebody makes, you're gonna have legal issue. There's legal bearing that the legal standard is the legal standard. And it's not based on percentage in this particular case. The only time that it really happens is when it comes to child support. There's a percentage that's in play, right?
Yeah.
Where there's a percentage that's in play, and that's what you pay based, not how much you make, but based on the percentage of what you make. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do that, then again, put that in the rule and put that in the standard. But what we also know is that there are people in those positions who will use that as leverage against a young person, even if they haven't done anything wrong. Right, to say that I want to get out of a contract with this person because they're not delivering on the field, you will make up and create situations and circumstances where you can find and get your money back. Instead of just saying, hey, listen, here's the standard that's required for you to receive this money. You have to start X number of games. But the player doesn't control whether he starts. The coach does. How many carries does the running back get? He doesn't control that. The coach does. Passing yards, listen, if you're not calling passing plays, Farley would have got us, you know what? If you get us 5 sacks, you're in good standing. Except for they don't call blitzes for Farley.
Right.
That's a lie.
Well, they did. Yeah.
Well, but you understand that.
Yeah.
But if you need a sack to get a certain amount, and it's the end of screw what the play call is, I need to go get a sack so I can get an extra.
The linebacker opposite Farley is not going to run as much blitz because he's in run coverage. Is he not being productive in doing his job? Right? It's a sticky wicket, man. Don't go down that path. Don't go down that lane. Simply define what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and why. And then move on. I don't think any player is surprised if they get fined for some of the behavior that's going on in Georgia, but don't bury the lead. Why is Georgia having so many problems down there? That's the real question. Wait a minute, Kirby, don't deflect. Don't try to distract me, bro. Why are you recruiting so many dudes who are getting in trouble and don't know how to handle themselves away from the football field?
Well, I wouldn't call them trouble guys. They're just speed demons. I mean, they don't.
Farley, there's a word for that. It's against the law.
I understand that, but they're not like.
It's not safe.
It's just the surprising thing is they didn't seem to learn their lesson from a
Yeah,
teammate dying and a staffer dying.
It's not safe. The reason why those laws are in place is so that you, under the influence, don't hurt somebody else. They're hoping that you don't hurt yourself, but you control whether you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You hurting somebody else because you decided to have too many drinks is, hey, bruh, guess what? You need to be fined if you haven't learned that lesson.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting in trouble, but they're not like the Florida or even the Nebraska in the 90s. So they're not doing it like that. I mean, they're just
that dude lost his life because he made a decision like that.
Oh yeah,
no, that's as bad as this is.
I know, but I would think that Kirby would try to handle this situation and
teach them to make better decisions. That's your job as a coach.
I mean, he can't tell them not to drive because, hey, that's a privilege.
Yes, he can.
I mean,
Uber.
Yeah.
Y'all getting money. It's in your account already. You got grant money, Uber, NIL money. You got money. All the excuses don't exist anymore. The reality is the adults in place have to get it right. The students have to get it right because, again, you want to be treated as an adult, then guess what? You got to act like an adult. You can't use the bypass. You can't get it done, right? Hey, listen, you got a buddy. You want to go drinking? Get you a buddy that's a designated driver. We all know the dude that doesn't drive who's willing to take care of us so that we can play on Saturday. We know them dudes. They exist. They're also aides in every program in the country. Their job is that if Farley needs them, Farley calls. Guess we got a cell phone and everything. His number's programmed in the phone.
Yeah,
hey,
we didn't have cell phones back then.
They don't have that. They have it now.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse for somebody to get in that situation now.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's not just like the DUI. It's just reckless driving. A lot of it's not, some of it's not has nothing to do with drinking, which some of it does. But it's just crazy that it's just the driving portion of it. I don't know. It's just culturally something in that locker room is they like fast cars and they like to. You
can unlearn. Like, this is where, okay, mom and dad, what are you doing? Coach, what are you doing? Administrators who are up at the university who are paid to lead, boundary, guide these young people. Why? Because young people do young people stuff. And it's your job to set the boundary in place to protect the young people. Now, there's all flaws in it, but to have Kirby say, listen, I need to do a better job of teaching my young dudes not to drink and drive. Period. Done. Like the finding part, that wasn't really our business. That's a deflection. That's to get our eyes over here to look. The fact that you've got players in Georgia that have a problem. In numbers, do they have problems? It's not one player. It's several players. And those are just the ones we know about. So fix it. Teach your players to make better decisions, right? Because that's kind of the sell for Georgia football.
Stop going to Atlanta, trying to get back real fast.
Amen.
35 miles.
Amen. Amen.
Highway 78.
Amen. Hey, there are bars in Athens, Georgia, too.
I
You
know.
can walk to.
I know.
You can walk to them bars.
Hey, I seen the projects in Athens. It looks that good.
Amen. Amen.
All right, the captain. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey, neighbor. Nate, there's a fully inflated hot air balloon in your backyard. I know, isn't it great? But why? You can't keep it there. The homeowners association will go crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to keep it up there. I'm going to fly it over the Nebraska football game on Saturday to get the best seat in the house.
Nate, you don't have to do that. Just enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion. Until August 5th, buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, an incredible football and volleyball weekend experience, or regular football season tickets.
Well, that is a better way to get a great view.
Yeah, one other question. Why is the balloon in the shape of a giant volleyball? You were going to fly over a football game.
It's the only decent thing the rental place had left. It was either this, a hockey puck, a banana, or a giant poodle. Even I have my standards.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250-plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you looking to upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, recently dropped its prices on select late model tractors, combines, planters, and sprayers. Trade in your old equipment today and get never before seen discounts that can save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to upgrade. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7, the fastest 2 hours in radio. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Oh, say now, Brent. Excavating. Now, Bob, we looking at 5 coaches who are going to have a breakout year this year. You want to name 5 of them or try? No, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint for number 1. Everybody probably went. This is the worst place to have a school.
Prime time.
No.
But,
you know, this guy was at a powerhouse and left to go to I wouldn't say a dumpster fire, but they get the right recruits, but it's in the wrong place.
Texas A&M.
No. Wonk, 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 wonk. Mario
Cristobal.
Yes,
Yeah,
Miami.
We'll see.
Now, why would you think he left Oregon like that?
Miami was his alma mater, I believe, or he had some connection to Miami. But yeah, that hasn't gone as they've wanted it to go. I know they're recruiting well, and Cristobal did well at Oregon. I've seen that. I know there's a lot of people picking Miami to take a jump this year. I don't know.
All right. Number 2 is our own Matt Rule.
There we go. Love to see it.
Yeah, we're getting rankings in the right places sometimes. Number 3, Trev Alberts.
He's not a coach.
Mike Elko.
It's just I give him hints.
Yeah, he's giving hints.
He's not a coach.
Look like A&M is still doing what they do good, is recruit and get the 5-stars and 4-star players that they've been getting.
I can't wait to see Elko there. You know, to win at Duke is not an easy thing to do. David Cutcliffe was able to do it for a while, but never moved up to a different job. But yeah, I mean, I think with Texas A&M, there's enough money poured in that it's going to turn around eventually. And I think Elko kind of brings less of a, when Jimbo Fisher went in there, you kind of figure him as a top coach. Elko's still got like room to prove it.
Yeah. Number 2, this 4th guy, they're coming to the Big Ten. Recruiting, they're killing it right now.
Oregon?
Yes. Dan Landon probably been had his breakout season.
I was going to say they're top 5.
With losing to Washington last year twice, they couldn't get over that hump.
Yeah.
So now they got unlimited NIL, and for you to have unlimited NIL, I mean, you're a step above everybody. Now, only thing you got to do is win that big one. And this is probably the year either Ohio State or Oregon has to do it. And when them 2 play, that's probably going to be the biggest game in college football during the regular season.
In the Big Ten, I think it'd be right up.
I mean,
there.
it depends. Yeah. I mean, how early they play and how late they play in the season. Yeah. Say they play right before the Michigan game, and Michigan's not having a great season, and they're both undefeated, probably 2-3.
Well, circumstance will certainly will dictate that. Obviously, if they can go undefeated. I know Oregon's kind of your team. I know you're a big believer in Dan Lanning. I think he can kind of bring the defensive side of the ball, raise it up. Of course, Oregon, kind of known for offense, but we'll see. It's just his 3rd year there. I mean, he's a defensive coordinator, national champion at Georgia, but that's a young head coach that everybody's just figuring is going to figure it out, and we'll see. He inherited a good spot.
Yeah, it's always the structure thing. Again, we now know through metrics that keys to having success and long-term success at the top of Power 5 football is the return of a head coach, return of an offensive coordinator, return of a defensive coordinator, return of a quarterback, and return of a middle defender of note. So those are the things. Those are the constants. So when we have these discussions, just ask yourself, right? What teams are strong in those situations and circumstances? And if you're asking why Nebraska is getting consideration, then ask same coach, same coordinators, quarterback, star player, key defender in the middle. The pitch and sell that Isaac Gifford is that guy, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't look at Isaac so much as Nash or Ty.
right? You're sending those are the two guys you're sending to Big Ten media.
Right. Ty's one.
Yeah, you're sending Ty. So that means that the play of Ty Robinson in this space. Yeah, look at Farley. Like, yeah.
Ty Robinson really got going by the end of last year,
I mean, listen, those are the metrics. That's not a DP opinion thing. That's when you look at all the programs in college football, the ones that return those things are in key positions with that personnel have the greatest amount of success. Like that's what it is. So, okay, when we're having these breakout, you could say that. Also add to that the athletic director.
You have to send the likable guys. I mean,
likable to who?
I mean,
likable to who?
To Nebraska. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it's like the guys you want to put on the front of the media guy. You know, it's
well, DP and I were talking about it.
Listen.
I understand. Like traditionally, you don't send a freshman, but this is not traditionally. This is new.
This is media.
This is media.
What's
the
media.
biggest story?
The story.
Riola would probably take over.
Answer, yeah.
He probably would take over the media day.
Yeah.
And what can you imagine him and Tommy and Nash Hutmacher at Big Ten Media with Los Angeles, New York, DC, all covering the fact that Nebraska is relevant and have people worth talking about and are interesting that would give you a phrase or a quote that you can put Nebraska brand up on TVs all over the country and have that sort of, nah, don't do that.
You didn't send a guy who throws the ball or run the ball. You sent a guy who hikes the ball.
Terrell
So
Farley.
we'll see, yeah.
Terrell Farley. Listen, and we can all say that in leadership positions that this team will do as well. That Dylan Raiola's success will be directly tied to Ben Scott's successes.
Who would you send?
If it were me, 15 goes. Top of the board, 15 goes. I'd spend the 10 days building him up and letting him know what questions to answer, how to answer, what information we want to share, etc. Why? Because the level of success that Nebraska wants to have in football is directly tied to his ability to handle this stuff. That's top of the list. His ability to handle that stuff, right?
I would put him in that position.
Right? Then tell me that national media, that the Los Angeles media, Portland media, Seattle media, DC media, Pennsylvania media would not eat up Nash Hutmacher and his story. They would eat it up.
Polar Bear nickname, the wrestling.
Eat it up.
Yeah.
And
one of your top NFL draft guys for the next year.
Hey, listen, you don't win any games at Big Ten Media. You don't lose any games. So you're branding and marketing. And who's the most marketable defender on the Husker team? Who's the guy that, I don't know, Hollywood actually built for media? Because he's, I don't know, he played LeBron's son in Space Jam 2, and he makes movies and TV, and he's really comfortable in front of the microphone.
Mark, who would you send? Would you send Riola?
I don't care.
I'd actually go in the other one in the backfield is Tommy Hill, because Tommy Hill, Nash Hutmacher, these are guys that are expected to be your top players. If you want to say
who are the three top players,
this is your opportunity. I think Nash Hutmacher, Ty Robinson, and Tommy Hill. Of course, you got to go and grab somebody on offense, and that's where I'd go with Dylan Raiola.
Three top players. Farley, who are the three top? Text line.
First of all, I would send Dylan Raiola because you got to get a prep for this. I mean, he's going to be the guy that they come to after the game, the first game.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be that guy they want to talk to. Like, hey, rookie, freshman, starting quarterback. Why not prep him up and get him ready for it? Because he's going to have to answer these questions all year, and you want to get him prepared, and you don't want to get him up on the podium and make him look silly. So you get him ready now.
Text line. Tell me who the three best.
Okay.
Players. Farley, give me your three best.
Riola, Tommy Hill. That third one is hard.
Bach.
I still think Nash.
Right. Of the three, right? And you could tell me that it's the three that you would send to media, to Big Ten media. Remember, this is not Nebraska media. This is Big Ten media.
Yeah, big
You're
guy.
there for other people to
Polar bear. I'll send polar bear.
Right? And then your three best players. And they may not be the same three. I'm fully open to it not being the same three. But if I'm a reporter from Los Angeles, who am I not only going to listen to, seek out, and then share? Who am I going to talk to that if I get a quote from them from Nebraska, it not only resonates with Nebraska, but it resonates with my listeners anywhere else, readers anywhere else in the country?
Only Dylan.
It's an opportunity to put Nebraska at its finest. And the identity of Nebraska football is tied to number 15.
Yeah, it's like Nebraska Fan Day. Who you think they're going to run to first?
Where's the line? If you lined up every player just at a door and put their name and number on the door, the line at 15 is a different line, man. The media request. There's no way you're going to tell me that the media department in Nebraska doesn't get more requests for Dylan Raiola than anybody else. It's the same thing for softball and Jordy Ball. It's the same thing. Like, we understand what the difference was. Keisei Tamanaga in basketball. We know this is marketing and branding. This is not football. Just saying.
Now, for what it's worth, it looked like Matt Rule, it is a lot of people do send their veterans. He did send 3 guys that I think he's mentioned as guys that could have went pro, decided to come back. So maybe it's somewhat of a payoff for that. I'm not sure. But I got a question for you guys. I've been holding it back. I'm going to see if you guys get it. It's about SEC Media Days. We'll look over that real quickly when we get back here on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
Crazy.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska! Registration is officially closed for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games will feature 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. If you didn't sign up but want to follow along for results or watch the action yourself, go to CornhuskerStateGames.com. Thanks to our partners, Nebraska Orthopedic Center, Pepsi Cola, Nebraska Medical Association, and Farmers Mutual of Nebraska. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for the Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Prodigy Baseball Academy, Lincoln's premier baseball program, is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at LincolnProdigyBaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at LincolnProductBaseball.com.
Are you looking to upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, recently dropped its prices on select late model tractors, combines, planters, and sprayers. Trade in your old equipment today and get never before seen discounts that can save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A+ support, there's no better time to upgrade. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket. One segment left for you. SEC Media Days going on, and it is fun as college football is getting closer. Of course, TP, you will be down in Indy with a crew from 93.7 The Ticket next week for Big Ten Media Days. So
yeah, we're taking off Monday, so we're there first thing Tuesday. 3 days. We'll come back. We'll be back in studio Friday. We're taking a group. Yeah, I mean, look, we'd like to take everybody, but that's not kind of how this works. Can't take everybody.
Yeah.
Just no, can't do it.
Well, that's fine. We'll have a good group of guys down there to get our coverage there. And of course, we know all the Big Ten coaches, and I'd like to think that we know all the SEC coaches. But I've got a question for you guys. See if you can get this.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, you're already scrambling.
No, I don't.
There is an SEC coach who is going into his 4th season. The coach of Vanderbilt. What do you guys have? You got it for me, Terrell?
What'd you say now?
The Vanderbilt coach is going into his 4th season. You got his name? He was just at the SEC Media Days yesterday. It was one of the teams highlighted.
It's not Mason.
No.
Nah, you got me there, Bob.
It's crazy. I had no clue. Vanderbilt, I know, is often gets put in the background. Clark Lee.
Oh, I actually did know.
Yeah,
I actually did know.
I thought that might be one that was stump. I was surprised that there's an SEC coach I didn't know. 2-22 in conference play in 3 seasons at Vanderbilt. The overall, just looking at Vanderbilt from a distance, because it got me looking. Derek Mason's teams in his 7 seasons at Vanderbilt went 10-47 in the conference. James Franklin, who used that job to get the Penn State job, went 11-13 and had 2 9-4 seasons in 2012 and 2013. This exercise is really just to get you to respect James Franklin, because Bobby Johnson, before James Franklin, went 12-52 in 8 seasons in conference play. Woody Wittenhofer went 4-36 at Vanderbilt from 97 to 2001 in conference play. Jerry DiNardo's 9-22 mark from 91 to 94 was good enough to get him the LSU job. So again, man, if you think you got it bad at Nebraska, Vanderbilt, that's a tough place to win.
Oh yeah, it's a smart school. Smart school. Better than baseball than football, I could tell you that.
They're really good baseball program,
I love that. I used to love their baseball especially when they had Pierce. He pitched for Milwaukee. Yeah, he was a big boy pitching that ball.
Yeah.
Jeff Levy is still the great mystery to me of exactly why. Why? I mean, Clark Lee. Okay, Jeff Levy. What do you? Was your phone? What are you on cell phone minutes where you had you had to restrict the number of communications and you were trying to just get it in while you could get it in? I don't understand it. There's some coaches in the SEC that I don't. Sam Pittman, I don't understand.
He's definitely on the hot seat. He had a good year there once, but
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then for the rest, I know. I was amazed at how few of the coaches in the Big 12 I knew. But that was Bach and I having the same discussion that I don't know what the Big 12 is. Like, I don't know what this version of it is. I don't know what's the elevator pitch for the Big 10 conference.
Well, let me ask you this, because like you said, there's no big brand names there. It's it's kind of middle of college football type of deal. The latest reports that we're getting is that Florida State and Clemson do break away from the ACC, and Florida State wants out. They want out. That the Big 10 and the SEC aren't interested, and that the Big 12 would be the landing ground, which is crazy to me. If I'm from the Big 10, I've been thinking for years, you need to get a Southern power to compete with the Southern powers of the SEC that have been dominating for years. Apparently not interested.
Yeah, the crazy folks. Listen, Bach, Farley, y'all both know you have friends who have girlfriends, right? You have the one friend with the crazy girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She's bananas.
Yes.
She's bananas. She's hot, but she's bananas. Right? Right? Farley.
He's got a friend.
But that woman is trying to leave your friend.
Mm-hmm.
All with the idea that one of you is going to drop what you're doing and take her on. That's Florida State.
That is.
That's Florida State. Like, listen, sis, stay where you are. Make it work.
Yeah.
Make it work.
I think the Big Ten did a great job in getting Oregon and Washington and UCLA. I just don't see Florida State winning like this in the Big Ten. I mean, they fit more traditionally in the Big 12 because of the pattern of how they play. I mean, now you bring in a lot of teams in the Big 12 that like Cincinnati, Houston, Utah. And Utah comes in there as the top winner because they pass the ball good. They played good defense. I think they can win the Big 12.
But Florida, to my point, Florida State and Clemson, there's not, you don't have to go far. Like, at the last 25 champions, most of them are from the SEC, and those that are not, there's the 1 year Ohio State, there's the 1 year Michigan. The other ones are Florida State and Clemson. So that's why, to me, when you're in the Big Ten, and yes, they are coming off a championship, but to me, there can be all these moves and NIL and all this other stuff, but the best recruits have been coming from the South. And so I think the Big Ten, regardless of whether their school fits in academically, needs to get a Southern power for football.
Do you think Clemson would fit in the Big Ten?
It's not really about fit to me. It's like traditionally, geographically, sure, no.
Have you flown into Clemson, South Carolina?
Mm-mm.
Do you know where Clemson is in South Carolina?
Death Valley.
No. Do you know where? North, south, east, west, wherever that. Here's the thing.
Maryland and UCLA aren't the same either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the whole point behind this. That when you marry, you got to marry the flaws too.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those flaws are greater than the value. It's a thing. What coaches in the Big Ten who all think they're the man want to deal with Dabo Swinney? Crickets.
Well, you might not want to, but you just brought in some pretty good brand names altogether. I mean, it's about getting
you're not afraid of none of these coaches from Oregon, Washington, USC. You're not scared.
I'm not
UCLA.
I don't think.
Do you want to deal with Dabo?
He doesn't use the transfer portal.
Do you want to deal with? Do you, as a man, as an elite coach, want to deal with Dabo Swinney and all the nonsense that goes? And oh, by the way, you got to go to Tallahassee, Florida. And let me tell you, Husker fans who have gone to Tallahassee will tell you, not exactly a friendly confine. Not exactly a place that's all warm and fuzzy to the Cornhuskers.
And to me, I get all that, but again, I don't know with all these moves. USC, of course, had their heyday back in the mid 2000s, so you could kind of group them in with a new. But all these moves, even Oregon's never won a national title. UCLA's, it's been a long, long time.
Money.
And I get that, and it's the schools. I get all that, but to compete on the field that will help you bring money, I think Florida State.
You didn't bring in Rutgers to compete on the field. You brought in Rutgers to bring in New York media.
Yeah.
You didn't bring in Maryland for on the field competition. You brought them in because of DC media. Like, to understand exactly what market are we fighting for in Clemson, South Carolina.
It's not the market.
Right.
Market there.
No, but that's the thing. That's the business portion of it that people miss. And that, okay, is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze of dealing with Dabo Swinney in Clemson, South Carolina?
To have a national championship contender, I would think so.
Well, I mean, you could have got them from other places. You could have got Utah. They right around the corner. That's a quick flight to Salt Lake City. Easy, nice big airport. Already handled the Olympics. You could have had if you're not choosing Utah and Salt Lake City, you're not choosing Clemson, South Carolina.
You're right. I would have took Utah.
Yep, it was a perfect fit.
Yeah,
perfect fit.
But they're in the Big 12, so we'll see how that fares out. All right, we appreciate you listening to the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground.
Oh, say now, Brent Excavating. All right, we'll check you out tomorrow. Win the World Wednesday with Euler in the house. The Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket.
It'll never be the same.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John